Hi there, Chris here, another quick tip for you all. In this video we're going to continue our look at painting an Ork Shokk Attack Gun boy, or mechanic I guess. And as you can see here, we've already got the leather boots and his vest already done, and so now we're going to paint his pants. And for his pants I figured we'd do something a little bit fun, and we're going to create striped pants on this guy. Kind of in a classic kind of way, where a little bit of a whimsy, kind of humorous kind of tone to the model. To get us started, we're going to use some Stegadon scale green. Now again, you can see it's starting off on a base, basically where I did a zenithal kind of shading, and that was because I had initial ideas that we're not going to do in this series. But as you can see here, it basically kind of helps where the lay highlights down and such. But it's not entirely necessary. In fact, I would recommend sticking with the normal prime of just, you know, light gray or even a black, if for that matter. Although when you're doing this step, if you're coloring it over black, it might be a little bit hard to see. But with the Stegadon scale green here, it's going to be the base, because we're going to go with a light kind of teal, kind of turquoise, kind of blue striping on his pants. And of course, when we're creating these stripes on the model, we are making sure that we keep the brush perpendicular to the model's surface as we work our way over the folds and such, keeping a very light hand, making sure that just the tip of the brush is maintaining contact with the model as we work. Now, of course, you can see that the model has like stitching, and so that would give you the impression that maybe there's different portions of cloth, and I was considering doing them different portions of cloth, but I figured I'd keep the stripe pattern across. Like maybe he made his pants out of like one big piece of cloth, and then just kind of made his legs and his the rest of the pants from, like with the same material, and so it's a stripe pattern consistently running through. And as you can see there, we did the one leg, and then of course over his buttocks, and then on his other leg we continued on as well. To highlight the color, we're going to begin with Sotek Green. This is going to be a quick little color here, and basically again, with the aid of that zenithal priming, it does help us in regards to where to lay the highlight down. And in fact, I pretty much just highlight this model kind of following that. But as I mentioned earlier, it's not integral to getting this model to like this state, or even doing this technique on a model to do that. It just, for those out there who want to do it, it does make your life a little bit easier, as you can see really kind of where you want to create the highlights. And this is really consistent with zenithal highlighting, but that's not really the focus of this video. And so you can see it's a fairly broad highlight. I'm following over the larger lit up portions of the Stegadon green with that color, and then I come in with the Temple Guard blue, and this is going to be a nice little highlight here. And I'm going to concentrate this kind of in the mid area, kind of like the knee area, and bring the color upwards. On the back side, it's kind of like on the main curvature part, but leaving a little bit darker color at the belt line, and of course on the front areas, which is not really shown that much here, but on the front areas, it's just kind of making sure, again, you keep that brush perpendicular to the model surface and keeping a very light hand and allowing very little of the brush to touch the model, and that way it maintains the best kind of control. Again, caution when you are doing this that you try your best to follow your way around, and of course avoid hitting other areas of the model. It's always key, especially when doing this. But of course, these details here would be kind of a pain to get to later on, so that's why this model has been left in a sub-assembly type fashion. Fenrisian Gray is next, and this is going to be for the cleaning up the initial lines, and this is basically going to be the rest of the color of the pants. So basically we're going to go for a kind of a gray-white with his pants, so he's going to have this kind of light blue pants, and again, this is where we basically get to clean up some of those lines, neaten them up, straighten them up, and try and get some consistency across on the model. And on the one leg here, it's fairly easy because it's fairly you can see quite a bit of the pant leg itself, whereas on the other side a lot of it is obscured. But you just kind of do your best to go through, and some areas like there's like little armor plates that are kind of attached to his leg as well. They kind of get in the way, but again, we'll clean those up later on as well, and get them colored in. Uthrin Gray is next, and this is going to be a highlight color on top of the Fenrisian Gray. Again, you can see we've pushed some of the color further down now. You can see some of the zenithal shading previous is not quite as noticeable now, because again, I pushed some of that Fenrisian Gray into other areas, and just basically just so that I could clean up those lines. It's not really important that it be spot on perfect, because again, it kind of plays into the orky fashion that it kind of might feel kind of janky and kind of messed up. And as you can see, there's the stripe pattern on the leg is starting to really kind of take place now. Again, it's just to kind of clean up those lines, but that is it. It's as easy as that. Do not be afraid to give it a try. Well, I hope you found that quick tip useful and informative. You can watch another quick tip today on MiniWarGaming.com's Vault. Just click on the link in the video description below to watch it right now. If you're not already a Vault member, you can sign up for a free 7-day trial. Be sure to sign up for the Silver membership, and that will give you instant access to over 1,000 painting tutorials already in our Vault. And again, thank you for watching, commenting, and subscribing, and happy wargaming.